Alrighty, we are live and in living color. Welcome to another fantastic episode of This Week in Reselling, where we interview special guests each and every week from different walks of life in the reselling world. Here, we'll discuss the highs and lows of reselling and dive into great conversation. Sorry, the YouTube started on my end, and I was like, what is that noise? Where'd I leave off, Dustin? We're here to discuss the highs and lows of reselling and dive into great conversation. We're positive that you're going to hear something that's going to help you become a better reseller. I'm your host, Ray, and I'm joined with my co-host, Dustin,
What is up?
Dustin, we haven't done this in a while.
It's been a minute.
And Dustin's, he's been feeling a little bit under the weather, but you said you're 100% now, Dustin.
Yeah, I finally was able to actually eat real food today and not soup.
You were just eating soup?
Basically soup.
What about like bone broth and stuff? You ever had that?
Yeah, well, it's me. I can't do just plain bone broth.
Have you had it?
There's like side chicken noodle, vegetable.
You got to have a little something in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So mainly chicken noodle, but I mixed in some Publix vegetable soup. Do Publix soup?
Like the one that they sell at the deli?
Yeah, like the little section. They have like different soups every day, I realized.
Dude, I'm not a big soup fan. Are you a soup guy? Like Brittany's a huge soup person. I don't like soup.
Only when I'm sick.
I don't want to eat it when I'm sick or when I'm not sick. I just don't like soup like that.
I love me some chili.
Well, is chili considered a soup? I don't think it's is.
It's got to be.
No, chili's not a soup.
Then what is it?
It's chili
stuff?
It's just chili.
Time out. All right. Is this a serious
You think
question?
Chili is a soup? I want to know, everybody in the comments. People are starting to jump in the comments. Chili is a stew, says Jeff.
Is chili a soup?
Chili is a soup, says Angie. Stew
not
is
a soup, according to two sources. Chili doesn't usually have broth or stock.
Ooh, there you go.
Therefore, it's not a soup.
Then what is it? It's just chili. It's like in a category by its own. It's just
Someone
like a
said
bean.
chili is a spicy dish.
Mm.
Someone said it's not even a stew.
Because the stew needs, like you said, bone broth or not bone broth.
What does it say?
Stock and
bone broth.
Yeah.
But what is stock? Wouldn't that be beef?
Beef stock? That's like broth. I don't know. We're getting into different things. But Dustin, today we have a great show.
Yeah,
we're going to be, I know if you guys seen the title and the thumbnail, and we are alluding to, it's been about, how long has it been, Dustin, since we filmed the pilot for the TV show?
It'll be a year, the third week of March. So it's coming up on a year.
Because it was Sophia's, Sophia was fixing to be born.
Yeah, it was after. So it was a week after.
A week after she was born?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. So she was already born.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's been almost a year.
Yep. Coming up on it.
Okay. So we're going to talk about that for sure. But first, I want to talk about a bone that I have to pick with you, Dustin.
A bone.
Huh? No pun intended. No, I'm just kidding. No, we're going to talk about, we have a huge announcement. I know that we're going to be releasing a YouTube video explaining everything in depth, but we are doing a Nashville meetup, Dustin. Are you excited? April 26th through April 28th.
I hope my Nashville Flippers Hawaiian shirt comes in time for that.
Oh, what kind of, you're going to rock a Hawaiian shirt, Dustin?
Nashville Flippers.
What are you going to have? Like,
if I can find somebody to make one. Oh yeah. All the logos and little chickens everywhere.
Oh, okay.
Just because.
Okay. Well, guys, again, we are having a Nashville meetup April 26th through the 28th. It's going to be fun. We've already have, in the description of this video, there is going to be a link to our Facebook group. You're going to find all the information there. And I think the link to a Google Doc that I've created with all the little details that you need, hotel accommodations, what we're going to be doing, the nearest, all the thrift stores in the area, points of interest, stuff like that. So I do want to show some of the graphics that we have. So really excited. So this is the logo that I created, is the 2024 Nashville Reseller Meetup. So I'm super excited for that. And so let's go over what we're going to be doing, Dustin. Are you going to be wearing your Hawaiian shirt to the Wild Beaver, Dustin?
Maybe.
I hope you wear it.
I might have multiple wardrobes.
Okay.
I'm going to change.
You're going to have costume changes?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is essentially the lineup, and again, all the information is linked down below in the description. If you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, it's still linked in the description. If you're watching this on YouTube, it's linked to the description as well. So April 26th through the 28th, Nashville's first ever meetup. I'm excited. We're glad that you were going to be hosting it. So that's going to be great. So Friday the 26th, 7 o'clock, we're going to be doing a meet and greet at Hattie B's Hot Chicken. Now I'm going to go ahead and put out a challenge, Dustin. Can you eat the what's the hottest shut the cluck up flavor at Hattie B's when we meet? Can you do that for the people?
Oh, I have to get some practice in.
Huh?
I haven't had hot chicken in a minute.
That's why you just got to go for. You guys just got to go for it, Dustin. The shut the cluck up flavor, which is the hottest. Don't you have to sign some sort of waiver before you eat it?
Yeah, and I think they give you a bottle of Tums too.
Right. So, Dustin, are you committing? I want to know anybody in the chat, people that are listening, and put it down in the comments. Shut the cluck up flavor. Let me know. Are you going to be eating it or not? So that's on the 26th. The Saturday, the 27th, 8 a.m., we're going to be going to the Nashville Flea Market, Dustin. 1 o'clock, we're going to be having lunch at your favorite spot, Monell's.
That place gets you in trouble.
Yeah, it's good. It's good for sure. So 1 o'clock, Monell's. 3 o'clock, going to the Goodwill Bins. 8 o'clock, dinner at Martin's Barbecue, Dustin, the one downtown. And then we're going to mosey on over at 10 o'clock to the Wild Beaver. Billiards, ping pong, mechanical bulls, and karaoke, Dustin. Are you ready for this?
I might have to hop on that mechanical bull.
How long do you think you can ride on that mechanical bull?
Good old half a second.
What's the over-under on a mechanical bull? 8 seconds, 12 seconds? Once it starts rocking and rolling?
3 seconds.
No, longer than that.
Maybe.
I bet you can go at least 20 seconds, Dustin.
20? That's like a pro, dude.
Well, it's a mechanical bull. It's not like it's a real bull.
If I last 20 seconds, I'm doing it wrong. I'm in the wrong profession.
Oh, hey, that could be a thing. Maybe you are in the wrong profession. Dustin, the bull rider.
Yeah.
We might have found something for you, Dustin. If you can hit, what if you go there and you last more than 20 seconds? And then
someone's like, hey.
And then some bull riding scout is there and they're like, son, have you ever thought about riding a bull for a living? And you're like, no. I'm like, I think you got the perfect bull riding structure to be a professional bull rider. What do you think about my bull riding voice, Dustin?
I like it.
So we might have found you a new profession, Dustin.
Maybe.
So 10 o'clock, the Wild Beaver. Sunday the 28th, church, of course. Every Sunday needs to start off great with a good church service. And 12 o'clock, we're going to close it out with lunch at Rose Pepper. So, again, if you guys, down in the link below, there is I am recommending a hotel in Goodlettsville, Dustin, just because it's like $300 cheaper to stay in Goodlettsville than it is downtown.
Is it next to Ryan's Buffet?
It is not. It's not next to Ryan's Buffet. So Holiday Inn Express in Goodlettsville, and go ahead and schedule your stay there. You don't have to stay there. There's other hotels if you want to get an Airbnb or whatever. That'll be great, or whatever you guys want to do. But the majority of the people that are coming are staying at the Holiday Inn. And again, this is the lineup. You don't have to do everything on here. If you want to do one, that'll be great. If you don't want to do anything, that'll be great. We just want to come. We just want to see you. We want to see your beautiful face. Dustin wants to see you as well. So that is the Nashville meetup this April. I can't wait to see everybody. I can't wait to see all the people that are continuously here in the chat, Dustin, supporting us for all these years. We actually get to meet them in person. Like,
see their faces.
Yeah. So let's say hi to some people that have been supporting us. I know Ken, he'll be here in person, which is great. SSK promo. We have Angie Perfectly Blessed says she's coming. Well, she lives in Middle Tennessee. So it's just a little bit of a trip. And we have our boy Jeff is coming. He says he's coming well. So it's going to be great. Ray throwing the challenge flag. Let's get down. Nashville meetup. Can't wait. Dustin is a dentist. No, he's not a dentist. Dude, I had
So go up to Ken's comment.
What did he say right here?
On that before that. Yes.
Look at those bare walls behind Dustin. Are you filming at the dentist office? That's like
I need some
he just
ideas.
moved into a new house.
I don't know what to put there yet. I need some ideas.
You can put a Titans flag or something.
Yeah, I could.
Or just like an American flag or something like that. Something easy.
I want to like display my Pokemon stuff and all that eventually.
Okay, so you need some shelving.
Maybe it's like some floating shelves or something.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. Okay.
I'll figure out something.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out for Dustin for sure. So, but Dustin, I had oral surgery yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah. So there was a spot in my gum, in between my teeth, and I thought it was just like a little piece of inflamed gum, and I went to the dentist to get my teeth cleaned, and they said it was like some sort of something, and they sent me to the oral surgeon, and I had to get it cut out.
Oh.
It was just like a little piece of gum in between, but the dentist says it's a lot of pregnant women get them, and he's seen them as big as his thumb, like just stuck in between his teeth, in their teeth.
That's crazy.
So mine was small, but it was when I would brush my teeth, it would bleed because it would like hit that piece of gum. But I feel good. It took like literally 5 minutes. They like injected me. Is it from
all the hot chicken you've eaten?
Maybe that could be it. So I can do extra hot, but no more. Jeff, you're going to have to try just a little piece of that extra hot chicken. So the man just got off soup, and you're talking about, hot chicken. Yeah, right? He just got off soup, and now he's, never had Hattie Beef, says Angie. Well, you got to have it. No Reaper for me. Yeah, I think it's got Reaper pepper in there. Start talking Pepsi AC this week. Yes. Fight me for my golden microphone. Ooh, Jill. Dustin, what's your go-to karaoke song? Is it a Justin Bieber song? Red Hot Chili? Which one?
You already know.
Hotel, what is it?
Hotel California?
No, that's the Eagles.
No, they got
Californication. Yeah.
Or some Snow Heyo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay. Hey, guys, there you go.
Or Three Doors Down.
Let's see here.
Three Doors Down, Kryptonite.
Ooh, Kryptonite. That's a solid one. Jill says, I'll bring the chaps for Dustin. So, what's up, Amanda? Hey, friends, I won't be able to make it in that. Amanda! That's sad news. We're gonna have to cancel it now. Ray's gum had a hernia. Exactly. It was like a weird little thing. Amanda, you'll be there in spirit for sure. So Nashville meetup, April 26th or the 28th. And we have another announcement, Dustin, before we get to us filming this TV show. Going forward after this week, we were going to be releasing, I know that Sundays we usually do the podcast live on YouTube, and then we release it on Wednesday everywhere you listen to podcasts. So going forward, the podcast will be releasing on YouTube and on everywhere you listen to podcasts on a Thursday. And it won't be live. It will be a pre-recorded. We're still going to have guests. Dustin and I are still going to talk shop about reselling. So going forward, every Thursday, the podcast will be released on YouTube as a pre-recorded and wherever you listen to your podcast. So I know that we usually send it out on a Wednesday, but now we're going to do it on a Thursday. So appreciate each and every one of you guys for joining us on a Sunday night. Now your Sunday nights are going to feel a little bit different, but now your Thursdays are going to feel a little bit better. Even better.
Thursdays.
Yeah. So one of the reasons is that Sundays, it's supposed to be a day of rest, but we usually start working more than we need to. And we ship all the whatnot packages on Sunday, and then we come
all the Apex Jeff's packages?
All of Jeff's packages. And it gets to be a lot. So we want to, save our Sunday nights for our families again. So I think it's a good call. What do you think, Dustin?
I agree.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think so. So, yeah. Anything else that I'm forgetting, Dustin, before we get started talking about the TV show?
Thank you. You hit it all.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, everyone will get to meet Dustin in April and see how tall he actually is.
I just hope Paul's actually there.
Oh, Paul will be here. He'll be here like on he said he's coming early on Wednesday of that week.
Are we doing a reseller basketball tournament? Me and Paul are on a team.
He said he hurt his knee or something. He's injured.
Doing what?
Playing volleyball.
Listen,
he will heal up.
Guys like me and Paul do not need to be playing volleyball.
Dude, he's a beast at volleyball.
But saying we're big guys.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you need to be playing volleyball.
Yeah,
it's like basketball. You just gotta, Kristen, Real Squirrel. She played not professional, but she coaches volleyball. So we might have to get a volleyball game going. You doing it smack or Passover? So no good for me. Oh, doing it. You're doing it on smack on Passover. So no.
Wait,
okay.
Did you check the dates? Is that not Easter?
Easter is at the end of March this year.
It is?
Yeah. Is Passover? I thought that was like in the winter. Maybe I'm wrong. But Yakov, if you change your mind, we would love to have you. Yeah, Easter's on. I'm pretty sure. Someone double check me on that. Where's my calendar? Yeah, you see it? Yeah. Oh, Easter's on the 31st. That's also Kevin the Commonwealth Picker's birthday. Yeah. I would have to change my religion to change my mind. Hey, some people do it. Yeah. I didn't know Passover was in the spring. I thought it was for some reason in the winter. But yeah. So pre-recorded on a Thursday. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty, Dustin. So do we want to let's talk about leading up to the situation of us filming the TV show. And this has been about a year. So I don't even know how this even started. I know that, we do these podcasts. We're on social media. We're just out there. We're out there, right, baby? We're out there.
Floating around
in the internet ether. So we, up to this point, we have probably done, I wouldn't say like 5 or 6 or 7 different people reaching out to us and doing these like, hey, we got an idea for a TV show. We think that you guys would be great. And we do these like Zoom interviews, right? So we, up to this point, we probably have done, I think 6 or 7 of them, different ones, different production companies. And it is what it is. You do one, they like it, you do another one, and then you never hear back from them,
Nope.
and up to a point to where you reach back and it's like, hey, just checking in, da, da, da. And the people that we were talking to, it's like, oh, I don't work for that production company anymore, good luck or whatever. So like the project's dead. So this time we someone had reached out, they said, hey, we got this idea for a TV show, I see on social media, you and your brother-in-law, I think you guys have good chemistry, let's do a Zoom interview and then we'll go from there, right? So they do this Zoom. What would you even describe it, Dustin? Like,
It's almost like a Skype interview. It's weird.
yeah, but like the questions and stuff.
It was almost like personal questions.
Yeah, like, yeah.
Do you like long walks on the beach? Stuff like that. It was like weird.
So they just ask us, like how we met, how do we get
started,
resell? Yeah, stuff like that.
Stuff like that.
And the thing is, when you do these, you almost have to put on you got to be like over the top, like entertaining. Like, you have to be somewhat entertaining because that's what they're looking for, right, Dustin?
It's almost overkill.
Yeah, it's like a little bit like overkill, like you're playing like a character almost. So we did this interview and they liked it. And then they're like, oh, this is great. Or they'll say, we'll talk to the other producers of the TV show. And I couldn't remember what the name of the production company was.
I couldn't even tell you.
I can't remember. But so we do that. And then they say, oh, they reach back out. They're like, okay, let me get the other producer of the show to do one with y'all. And what they'll do is that they'll say, okay, we'll do like a sizzle reel, right? And so it's like, we're going to ask you a question, you're going to answer the question, then we're going to cut it up, and then we're going to send it to the higher powers. And then they either say yes or no or whatever. So we get to the second round of interviews, right? I feel like we're like on freaking like American Idol or something. So we go from there, and we don't hear anything for like
nothing. Crickets.
Like 4 or 5 months. And then I get a call from the first producer, and it's like, all right, man, we're ready to rock and roll. Next month we're going to be filming. Are you and Dustin available for this weekend to film? And we're like, whoa, like we both have full-time jobs. We both have a full-time reselling gig. Mm-hmm. Dustin's fixing to have a baby, but we knew that we have to take it because this would be an opportunity that we probably will never
get again.
Probably will never come along next time. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, and then did they tell us what the show was about at that point? Did we?
Kinda. I think so. But they gave us a rundown.
Yeah, that's
like a week out. It was like a week out.
Yeah, they give us a little bit of a rundown.
Gave us like 2 weeks heads up almost. It was like really
so we had to make accommodations.
Whoa.
Try to figure out how to get there, which it worked out because the location was set at the so ever lovely. What was the name of the town, Dustin?
Tazewell, Tennessee.
Tazewell, Tennessee, baby. Which was, I don't even know how many people. There's probably more people here on my block than the whole town of Tazewell.
There was a population of 30 people, one Walmart, one hotel, and one restaurant that was a knockoff of Applebee's.
Yes. That wasn't like even in Tazewell. It was like the next town. I know the hotel that we stayed at was in Kentucky.
Yeah, you're right. So Tazewell had nothing.
Nothing. Even the Walmart, which the Walmart was hidden because the clearance section in the Walmart, guys, because it felt like nobody had any money in Tazewell.
Well, that ain't nobody using Brickseat in Tazewell.
Oh, right? Yeah,
nobody.
Exactly. So it was hidden for sure. And guys, if you have any questions while we're telling these stories, please interrupt us. We would love to answer those. You are slightly more famous now. No, we'll see. You'll see where this ends up, Jeff, because it does. I wouldn't say it ends up like as good as it needs to. So they give us the rundown. 2 weeks from there, we got to go to Tazewell, Tennessee, which it could have been worse. We could have went to Pennsylvania, Florida, or California and tried to film a show, right? So they gave us a premise of the show, which was the show was going to be called Picker City, right? And the premise of the show was the owners of this huge antique mall, which the antique mall is a real place where people can go and shop to this day. The name of the antique mall is called Picker's Paradise. And the cool thing about this antique mall is that the owners, which was do you remember the name of the owners, Dustin? Doug?
I don't.
Doug and
Doug.
What was her name? Cindy? I don't think it was Cindy.
I'd have to have I watched Swap Shop to remember.
Yeah. So the owners of this antique mall, they were on a previous show that you can currently watch on Netflix called The Swap Shop. So, shoot, I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the cast of The Swap Shop. So the premise of that show was there's this like radio. What was the name of the radio station, Dustin? Do you remember?
Swap Shop?
I think, was it?
I don't know.
Doug and Jen.
I think so. Doug and Jen.
So Doug and Jen were the owners.
What was the little animal that he had?
Oh, we'll get into that for sure.
Okay.
Dustin. So, but it was Picky the Possum was their mascot. So they were on the show called Swap Shop. Doug and Jen, if you guys have watched it, and I'm sure you've seen it because we're all pickers and we all like stuff like that. So I'm trying to find a picture of, here we go, of Doug and Jen so you guys can see what they look like. So, and Doug and Jen were freaking awesome. Jen's like amazing. That's Jennifer, and that's Doug. And they own they own that huge antique mall. And it was, how big would you say it was, Dustin?
About the size of 3 Walmarts.
It was huge.
No, I don't know.
At least a Walmart. I would say at least a Walmart. So
as well as Walmart.
Yeah. So Doug and Jen were on the show. A couple other characters that were on the show were also going to be on this show.
That guy right there, he was in
Larry, which was on the show that we filmed as well. So the premise was that us, the new flippers from Nashville, we were going to be the pop culture toy and collectibles guys or whatever. So our role was that we were going to be the vehicle that the audience would find everything about the antique shop. So I would come in and ask about how much a rent was in a booth so we can put in our, all of our goods or whatever. So we were the vehicle of how things would have worked out. So, and I thought that was kind of cool because we're kind of like outsiders. We were kind of like younger, more like hip per se, not necessarily like the junksters or the antiquers or anything like that.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say, Dustin?
Definitely not antique guys. Nope.
Yeah. So we were more of like the retro toy kind of stuff. And do we want to go ahead and get into how fake TV is, Dustin? Do we want to get into that now, or do we want to wait?
Pawn Stars is all staged. Just saying.
I would guarantee that every show that you see on TV, no matter what, is completely scripted and completely staged. So everything that we would say, we could say whatever we want, but we had to follow a certain thing. So we would have to say something, and then it's like, no, Ray, you have to say it like this, or make sure you say this, or say it this way. And everything is staged to like crazy. Like you see all these shows like American Pickers, it's not real. Like 1,000%, everything on there is fake and unscripted. So I have some video and some pictures that I took, and I want to share those with y'all. So leading up to what we're talking about here. So the first one, of course, is the of their outside of their what am I trying to say? Outside of their antique mall. So there is Pickers. Oh, there we go. Close window. Pickers Paradise, and then you can see this sign. How do I do like a carousel?
Screen?
Yeah, or I'm trying to see if I can show new folders with. No, I don't want to do that. Like here we go. Here we go. Do you want to open? No. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Okay. Here we go. So. Here we go. So that's the outside of the antique mall. Pickers Paradise. That's the actual name of the antique mall. You can visit it to this day in Tazewell, Tennessee. Shout out to Doug and shout out to Jennifer. Mm-hmm. We had to have dinner and socialize with them. There are amazing people. And while we were there, we picked up a lot of really good stuff for Whatnot. At the time, we were like new to Whatnot, and we absolutely killed it when we were there. So it was awesome. What is Amanda? Amanda's saying, if eBay puts me on a good server and keeps me there, I might make it. There you go, Amanda. There you go. Make it, Amanda. You can stay with Paul. So another thing that they had here is that they had this baby goat. And here's some pictures of inside the antique mall. Jen had an amazing collection of like vintage toys. She was more of like the 80s stuff. You know, it was awesome. It was awesome for sure. You do not want to go to Tazewell, Tennessee, Jeff.
That drive was horrendous.
Yes, the drive was terrible. So this is me and my wife taking a picture there. She got to go also, and she actually got to be one of the characters of the TV show, which was great. So this is the front desk of Pickers Paradise. They have all kinds of like taxidermy and like crazy stuff. And the cool thing about it is that the store was like open when we were filming.
Oh yeah, people. So whenever like shopping.
So whenever like a customer had to come in, we had to like stop filming and let them like check out and stuff because of I think they might have had it to where the customers come first. They were like priority number one. But when we would be filming, we would be like quiet on the set, and they were like yell out and all this stuff. And there's another shot of the baby goat, and that's Jansen. Jansen was one of the producers. So there was two producers, sound guy, and two cameramen, Dustin?
Yes.
Right?
Three.
Or was it three cameramen?
I think 2 or 3 camera guys.
Yeah, 2 or 3 camera guys. And then there was a lady there that kind of like ran everything. And then there was a guy that literally was like the errand boy. So it'd be like, hey, what do you guys want for lunch? And then he would write it down. He would go get lunch. So at the only place that serves lunch. So there is me in the baby coat. And as you can see, that is like just tons and tons of just like different stalls and different booths in the antique mall. And that's the sound guy and one of the ladies that works there getting out the possum.
Getting the possum.
So that's Picky the possum. Oh, and another thing that I forgot to mention is that Jen and Doug actually live in this antique mall. So they have an apartment in the back and they stay there, which is absolutely crazy.
I didn't know that. I did not know that.
You didn't know that?
Nope.
So here's a little video of my wife and the little baby goat. Look at that.
Is that one of the goats that like get real stiff and fall over?
I don't think so. Yeah. So as you can see, all the different, how much stuff was in this antique mall. It was, it was insane. It was insane. And there's Jen. Jen was so cool. She's like 1 in a million person. I would go back there just to say hi to Jen and Doug because they're so cool. And there's the the sound guy. Oh, here, these are actually videos. Let me see what this video is of. Just me taking video. So these are the people, I guess, him telling everybody to come in for the shot from the outside. Everybody walking in, opening. Is this a video? Yeah. That's Matt. He's one of the producers. You can see all the signs and all that stuff. The place was awesome. Wouldn't you say, Dustin?
Oh, yeah.
Super cool. Super cool. Here we go. This is everybody walking in. Well, maybe not. Here we go. If we can find the right thing. And again, guys, if you have any questions, let me know, and we can answer those to the best of our abilities. If I can get this to play. There we go. Guess this is just me shooting shots of different. So this is me, where are we here? So my thing was I was coming in, and then I was asking for Doug and Jen, and that was my part. Hey, my name is Ray. I'm the guy from Nashville, the collection guy. Can you hear that, Dustin?
Nope.
Okay. Let me see if I can. There's Larry. So you couldn't hear that?
Mm-mm.
Okay, let me see. This is a great podcasting, right, Dustin?
Love it.
So can you hear this? Can you hear that?
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? There we go. Let me see if I can open this up. Let me know if you can hear this, Dustin, okay? Here we go. No?
Nope.
Oh, okay. I don't know why it's not playing, but this is me meeting Jen and Doug, telling them I'm the guy from Nashville. And the thing was that Dustin, Dustin,
working.
He was having a baby. He was working. He was just had a newborn, so he couldn't be there the first day, but Dustin got to be there on the second day, right, Dustin?
Yes, and I drove the first day that night after work. And that was rough.
Was it?
That was, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Driving to Tazewell at night, the only highlight of my night was Buc-ee's.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. This is a great question by Kim T. I'd like to know how this experience influenced your perspective of Hollywood. Like we mentioned a little bit of this a little earlier, everything was it was fake. Like everything, like me coming in, meeting Jen and Doug and being like, hey, we're the new guys from Nashville looking to get a booth to rent. And Larry, Larry was in another show. Mm-hmm. That's my wife, Brittany. It's just everything was it's so fake. As you can see, that's me talking. The sound guy. It was just a weird. What would you say your experience with that, Dustin? In your opinion?
Definitely interesting, for sure. But it definitely it takes a lot of patience.
Yes, it does.
Like just
That's a
doing
great
takes,
point.
like saying the same lines over and over again. Like it could get frustrating, like not knowing what to do with your hands. Literally,
Yeah, right?
sometimes like you can't be this way, like turn this way. Like
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was
Don't say it like this, say it like this. Like you
get
said,
real
turn this
very
way.
nerve wracking for sure.
Yeah, especially if you've never done it before.
Especially like when they're interviewers and stuff. I was like, what?
Yeah.
What do I
So this is
say?
some of the weird stuff that Larry had in his booth that he actually has that he rents out. He had a
I
lot of
would
like
not want to go home with any of that stuff.
yeah, like a lot of religious weird items that they didn't want to use for the filming of the TV show. So this is my wife getting like I guess all the mic'd up. Yeah, mic'd up because they asked her hey, do you want to be one of the customers on the TV show? She's like, I guess. So they're like, okay, sign this release right quick, and we're gonna put you in the show. And she's like, well, what do you want me to do? They're like, do this. You're looking for a toy for your dad, a vintage toy or whatever. And my wife hasn't seen her dad in like 10 years, so it's just like super super weird and awkward. But let's talk about our buddy right here, Dustin.
Oh, Carrot Top.
Oh, Carrot Top. This kid was like 12 and looked like a grown man. So this guy, he took to us like crazy, right, Dustin?
What they call them? Hot tamales?
Hot tamales. Brittany called them hot tamales because the first day that we met him, he was eating a huge box of hot tamales. And so she was like, "Hey, hot tamales, what's your name?" Or just, Brittany got real friendly with him, and so he like literally hung around with us like the whole time.
That is so funny.
Anytime that we needed something, he's like, "Hey, I can go get it." It's so.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a little video of Brittany going into, or hold on. So this is Matt explaining to Brittany what she wants or what she's going to be doing, what he wants what he wants her to say, all that stuff, and that's her going into Larry's booth looking for a vintage toy, and there's Hot Tamales watching Brittany and the monitor, which that was kind of cool because the monitor really looked like Pawn Stars, American Pickers.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could tell like the quality of the cameras, like all that stuff.
Like it felt like we made it at one point.
Right. Yeah. Like, oh man, we're like, we're like doing it. You were like doing it. So really, it was a really cool experience for sure. But we'll get to, oh man, and here's another part. So this was very interesting. This was a section of the pilot that we were filming where somebody was coming by and taking a look at this VW bus and this Mustang. And so which was funny because the person that owns these cars, the husband was the buyer and the wife was the seller. Right? So he would go around the car and be like, I just don't know, and like ask all these questions, and the wife's like trying to sell these vehicles to him, which both of them actually own the vehicles. And they were part of like a car club there. As you can see how big the actual antique mall was, which again, it was wild. It was wild. So waiting patiently to find out where I can watch this episode. We'll let you know. You had me at VW bus. I know, right? Beautiful VW bus. So this guy wasn't even part of the show. This is actually somebody. This was on a Saturday morning. This guy has a booth there. What was it, like Sasquatch Dad or something like that?
Yeah, something like it was crazy. What?
So everything in his booth was like Sasquatch related. And so on Saturdays, he comes in and he dresses up as Sasquatch and takes pictures with people. So this is us and Picky the possum and the Sasquatch. I'm taller than
Sasquatch. Just saying.
Yeah. That's funny. So, yeah, and that's a live possum. My wife was freaking out because she's like a huge, she's very like like, like put hand sanitizer on, make sure you like cover up, make sure you wash your hands, all this stuff. So this is going to be
section. He had his own section.
Yeah, he had his own booth, so everything in there was Sasquatch related, and
it was great.
It was really cool. So yeah, the beanie was awesome. Cue every Tennessee joke we have ever. Dude, this place was. It's weird because Dustin and I we basically live in the city, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So anywhere south, literally like 20 minutes south, 20 minutes east or west of us, or 20 minutes north, it's like country. You know what I mean? And we forget about that. Like when we go to like when we go to Lebanon's flea market, they are literally selling livestock there, like goats and peacocks and chickens and pigs, and we're like, this is wild. Like we forget how country the Tennessee is, and we're like stuck in our own little like city bubble.
Literally a city bubble.
Yeah. So this is like. But I like it. That's the heartbeat of America. So this is our booth. So everything in this booth was either rented or owned by another person. So none of this stuff was ours. But this is what they wanted our booth to look like. So
except for the Star Wars figures we purchased.
Did we buy the Star Wars figures?
I did.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So as you can see, there's some like vintage G.I. Joes that they put in our booth, and some My Pet Monster, My Buddy doll, and there's Dustin holding a life-size Chucky doll, the Good Guys doll. And so the booth that we had, they put like boxes and stuff in them, so like it looked like we were like moving in, but it was literally boxes that they bought at Walmart like that morning and just like taped them up and like, we're moving in, which we would never put this stuff in we would probably put them in bins and totes, sure. Which, yeah. So this is us. We had, this is Matt explained us, us coming, taking stuff out of the boxes.
And all that stuff is going right over my head. At that point, I'm looking at him like, what is going on, dude?
Right. And I could tell Dustin was like a deer in headlights, and I would turn to him and be like, okay, Dustin, this is what we're supposed to do. And you're like, okay, I got it. Or just like, I'll lead the way and I'll
just follow.
Just follow what we're doing. And I'm like, okay. So we had a customer come in, and they were wanting to purchase. What did they purchase? The G.I. Joe figures, and somebody was talking.
They asked about the Legion of Doom things.
I can't remember what else. The Buddy doll?
Yeah.
Something like that, right?
Yeah, it was the My Buddy doll.
The My Buddy doll and the Legion of Doom figures.
Elvis yearbook or something like that.
Oh, yeah. We didn't even get to use that.
No, we didn't.
They had an antique Elvis yearbook. And then like a microphone that supposedly like Elvis sang in.
Which, why do we have that? I don't know. But
I don't know. And it's like, we didn't even use it for the show.
No, we didn't.
So I don't even know why they even did that. But so that's our booth, and us moving in, and there's us at Buc-ee's on the way home. But so the name of this show was going to be Picker City, right, Dustin?
Mm-hmm.
Picker City. So the pilot was filmed, all that good stuff. And I would say maybe how many months, Dustin?
What do you mean?
I can't remember. Like how many months? Like, so they filmed, the pilot got put together, and it was supposed to come on the Discovery Channel or the History Channel, one of those channels, I can't remember. And those two networks passed on it, and then so it got shopped around. It's like, okay, maybe A&E will pick it, or AMC or will pick it up, or maybe Netflix will pick it up. And then out of the blue, I think we were talking about the show, and Dustin and I were talking about the show, and it's like, hey, have you heard anything back from the producer? I'm like, no, let me text him. So I text him the next day. I'm like, hey, Matt, how's it going? Hope everything's okay. Just wanted to check back on the show. And he's like, yeah, it's still being shopped around. And then I randomly got a text like a month later, and they said, hey, man, Picker City is officially dead in the water. You guys did great. We'll keep you posted if anything else changes, but the show is still out there if somebody wants to, purchase it or whatever. So we got to film a pilot. I never saw the pilot. He did say we need to get together so I can show you what the pilot looks like. So I'm excited to see that, down the road. It'd be
cool to have him on the podcast to show the pilot.
Yeah, that would be cool. I think that should be his phone number still. But we got to film a pilot. That may never see the light of day, but the experience was awesome, right, Dustin?
It was a great experience.
I think, yeah, it was a great experience. It was cool just to see how things work, and just like as a content creator and a YouTuber and, people that create content, like how things actually work in Hollywood, like Kim was saying. So the 2 cameras, the 3 cameras, how you have to have like a storyline and different characters and like do stuff like that to make it, worthy of watching, I would say. But it was a cool experience. Since then, we've gotten a couple other, more interviews that nothing has come about. And I'm sure you listen, some other people that are on here, that are resellers, and like, oh, so-and-so is looking for a show. They do these interviews, but I don't think anybody has come this far as actually film a pilot like we did, right, Dustin?
We actually filmed a pilot. Yeah.
We actually did it. We actually...
and someone could pick it up. It could be 2 years from now.
That's right. It could be 2 years from now and say, hey, let's rock and roll. But you guys now pilot famous, much better than internet famous. Well, at least you get and it's fun. It was a good experience. My wife got to be part of the pilot as a character, and Dustin and I got to do it together. And that's something that we can always talk to our kids and grandkids and be like, hey, we were actually filmed a pilot for a TV show. And they're like, what? What are you talking about? Yeah. So let's see here. Let's see what the people, and let us know, guys, if you have any questions about our experience about that, because it could still happen. Wouldn't you say, Dustin? I think that we have I don't know, down the road, Dustin, I think that we're going to be on a TV show. I really do think that. Even if it's not somebody else's TV show, maybe we can just create our own TV show and put it out here.
Wars.
Yeah, something like that. Like we could do, I think we could do it, and like, I don't know, like our content, turn it into something for sure. Like do it ourselves instead of, having somebody else own it. So I got the background extra in a big budget movie. Was a cool experience to see behind the scenes working on a movie set. See, that's awesome. WBK had the palette show. WBK. I can't remember. Is that the network? So yeah, the Family Flips did the palette show for sure. There was the show Extreme Unboxing that the Family Flips was on. See, exactly. That's awesome. Maybe we'll get picked up in Japan like the Jerry Seinfeld pilot. See, hey, I would love to be big in Japan. I've never been to Japan, but I would love.
Hey, could you imagine? Hey, y'all got to fly out to Japan.
Walter Blake Knobloch. Okay. Yeah, I still think that we'll probably be on some sort of thing.
Some show for sure.
Yeah, and this is with us not having any kind of representation. Some people, they say I have an agent. I have a somebody that like does stuff from me. This is just us. This is just us putting out content. So if you're thinking about putting out content, I'd say just put it out. It doesn't have to be like perfect. Just get your stuff out there, and you might get noticed. What are your thoughts, Dustin? Yeah. What are your thoughts? As I blow my nose, Dustin.
If you don't do it, just go with it. Get it out. Never know what's going to happen.
Exactly. So head over the Marathon Motors and watch for them to film an antique archaeology shop during filming. Oh, that's awesome. Marathon Motors is where they do the American Pickers thing. So that could be something we do also when people come to Nashville.
Yeah.
See the American Picker Store, because I've never been. The Family Flips is from Arkansas, so anything can happen. That's what I'm saying. Steve and Steph were on the show too. Steve and Steph. Yeah, I don't know who that is. Love Steve and Steph. They're wholesale and funny. Yes, they are. So, yeah. What do you think? What do you think about the experience, Dustin? If you were to sum it up all like in a sentence.
No, I'm not gonna do a sentence.
Or just like a paragraph. Or
it was definitely fun. A fun experience. Learning experience for sure. Just seeing how the shows behind the scenes works, and just knowing that it's all staged.
Yeah,
which is
like big.
Which I kind of knew. I had because some of this, especially watching Pawn Stars, it's like some of the stuff that gets brought in, like really.
Yeah, right.
But
like
it was a great experience. It was a once in a lifetime opportunity for sure.
Maybe we'll have more than once in a lifetime.
Maybe, but at that time, it felt like a Let's go with it.
Yeah, let's do it. Do you keep touch with the Hot Tamales guy? No, we need to go back because Hot Tamales, man, he was.
Man, if we got to go back to Tazewell, we better have a reason, like a good reason.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, what was it, like 30 minutes north of Knoxville? Because we would go to Knoxville, and then it would go up towards.
So that'd be the only time, like we go. Say we're like Michael's older or whatever. We go to a Vols game. We're there for that weekend. Let's go down to Tazewell on the way home. Say hey to our buddies over at Antique, Paradise.
I'm bringing up the map so people will know exactly where Tazewell, Tennessee is. Which
population
the
of
place
30
is all.
People.
See, here is Tazewell. There's Knoxville right here.
Because you pass through Knoxville. You pass Knoxville before
you have to go to Knoxville, and then you come up this road right here. There's Tazewell right there.
It was very sketch.
And we had a hotel in Middlesboro.
You go under a tunnel. That might be the tunnel right there.
Right here.
Like you go under a tunnel, and you're in Kentucky.
Like the Lincoln Memorial University. Remember?
Yeah.
And we ate at this place, the Cowboy Mexican Grill and Pizzeria.
What was that other restaurant that we ate at? It was like literally a knockoff of O'Charlie's.
I don't know.
Service was terrible.
So as you can see how, from Nashville all the way to Knoxville and then up from Tazewell. And then we stayed in Middlesboro. That's where the nearest hotel was. At least a hotel that was not like a strip, like a sketchy part of a parking lot,
Oh, it's been built since the 60s.
Yeah. So, but we just wanted to come on here and share that experience with everybody just because it's something that we did that we could not talk about for like a long time. And then I feel like now we can. Like literally, they're like, you can't. When we were there, my whole thing, I was going to document everything. Like I brought my GoPros and my cameras and like all that stuff. And the producer was like, sorry, man, you can't film because it's property of like the production company. And it's like, you can't talk about it until either the show comes out or the show is dead or what have you. So the show is dead. Is dead. Well, we won't say dead.
Picked it up. What if we picked it up?
Yeah, we won't say it's dead. It's still floating around out there in the internet ether, or I don't know, TV show ether. Mm-hmm. But and this production company was like big. They did like a couple 30 for 30s, ESPN 30 for 30s, and just a couple other.
Do American Pickers?
I couldn't remember if they did American
Pickers. I think they did.
Not.
I think they said they produced it or something.
Okay. So
I want to say they did.
Yeah, but it was a great experience. We're glad we can share it with you guys finally. Right, D-Man?
Oh yeah. I'm glad because it was fun. We've been wanting to tell y'all for a while. A long time.
For a while. Like the weekend that we came back, Like I posted,
Like, hey,
and the guy was like, "Don't post anything on Instagram. Don't post anything on YouTube, uh, or what have you." And I'm like,
Ray might
"Okay."
have posted something.
I think I posted the picture of the uh, the Sasquatch, but it was like no
Yeah.
contents whatsoever. But
You're like, what?
that's what we were a year ago. But they should
Mm-hmm.
put the pilot on YouTube. I'm gonna find the pilot. I will find the pilot, and even if I'm like recording it off like a computer screen, so we can have it, Dustin.
We should definitely watch it at the house. Like, once you
Yeah,
get the pilot.
get our
Yeah.
popcorn ready.
Mm-hmm. All five
Man,
minutes of the pilot.
it's probably sitting around. Oh, man, I wonder.
They
Yeah,
like cut me out of it. I'm like, what?
it's like where's Dustin? It's like oh we had to cut him out. But I doubt they did. But yeah, it was cool. The guy I wanted to say this before. The guy that they used to be the customer to buy like our GI Joe figures.
Yeah.
He had. Do you remember him telling the story that he had a motorcycle accident?
Yes. Yeah.
Dude, it
That
was
dude was
wild.
crazy. It was crazy.
It was so crazy. So he had this like bucket hat on, and the guy was like so over the top, like surfer kind of guy, and like loud and just like really like joyful, right?
Yeah.
And so, we got to talk, and he's like, "Yeah, man, I was like in this huge motorcycle accident. Like, what did like half of his skull was like a quarter of his
Yeah.
skull was broken, and
Yeah.
and all this stuff." And I'm like, "Wait, what happened?" And so the hat that he was wearing was actually like a hard hat that they make to wear like look like a hat. And he took his hat off, and part of his hair was missing, and he had like a tube running from his head to like somewhere in like his body that would release the pressure from his brain
Mm-hmm.
or like in it,
It was
because it was
crazy.
like it was wild. So, but I think that the best thing that I liked about the trip is getting to meet all those people,
I
just like
agree. It was
different
fun meeting
kinds
him.
of people.
Mm-hmm.
Like Doug was the most countryest, like backwoods, like grew up in like a holler, could not understand what he was saying. Like you needed
It was like
subtitles.
Boomhauer off King of
Yes,
the
it
Hill.
was wild. It was so wild. And Jen was so cool and so kind, and just everybody was just they were all awesome, right? Dustin was like
Oh
it's like
yeah.
we became like a little family, like
It's
really
like we knew
quick.
him instantly. It was weird.
Yes, it was so crazy. And we
Mm.
got, we would share, we got talking about actual like reselling stuff. It's like, oh, how do you guys operate your business? Da, 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 da. And they would ask us, it's like, so you guys sell on eBay? And at the time we were like doing Whatnot, just started into Whatnot. We're like, you need to start your Whatnot, like all this stuff that's been sitting on the shelves. You can just continuously just like run Whatnot after
Get it going.
Whatnot after
Yeah.
not get it going. And I don't think they ever did because they don't. But I told them, you guys are the perfect personalities to be successful on that
Oh yeah.
platform. And I think they just kind of needed somebody to do it, not for them, but just show them how to do it. And because I was buying like, when we went to Walmart together, and I bought so many Legos and different things that were on clearance. And like, how are you gonna sell all that stuff? And I'm like, girl, I'll sell this like in an hour, all this stuff. And she's like, really? And I'm like, yeah, super quick. So it was a really fun experience. That could be a meetup event. Going
The
to
the pilot.
the
Like showing the
pilot.
pilot.
Yeah. 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 Man, I wish if I can get it before then, we'll definitely be watching it.
Rent out NCG to show the pilot. Just
Yeah.
like
Yeah, if I can get it before then, we'll definitely show it. But yeah, so that's our experience when filming a TV show.
mm-hmm.
So great experience. I'm
So we
glad
gotta
that
do it
my
again.
wife got to be there, and yeah, it was cool for sure. So, anything else, Dustin?
No, I just hope we get to do it again.
I think so too. We'll get to do it again for sure. I think so because we have that chemistry. We have a chemistry.
Oh, for sure.
I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So,
Where's my autograph book?
Yeah. Where's my autograph book? What's that from?
Power Rangers.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So, yeah, and we're good looking, Dustin. We gotta.
Oh, absolutely. The
We
beards.
can't
It's
forget
the
about
beards.
that. We can't
Yep.
forget about that.
Absolutely.
So, we're easy. We're easy on the eyes. So, yeah. So again, guys, just to reiterate some of the stuff that we spoke about earlier, Nashville meetup, April 26th to the 28th. The podcast will now be pre-recorded on YouTube and released on a Thursday. And yeah, anything else for the people, Dustin?
I got nothing.
Got nothing.
We hit everything.
We had Whatnot this Saturday.
Yes.
6 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock Eastern. That's exciting. I'm trying to think of what else, Dustin. So
pre-recorded shows for now on.
Pre-recorded shows for now on. Art says he just jumped on. Bro, you just missed everything.
Bro, you better rewind.
We're gonna be in the movie. Thanks for sharing your experience. Yeah, Ken, thank you. Thanks for sharing the cool moment with us. Yeah, for sure. Again, if we get the pilot by the time of the meetup, we'll definitely be watching it together. So yeah, Picker City. It's out there, Dustin.
It is.
It's gonna be out. It's gonna be out there.
To be a movie. Universal's gonna pick it up. Mm-hmm. The price is wrong.
Yeah. So again, thank you all so much for coming on here and sticking with us live each and every Sunday. Pre-recorded from now on. So make sure you like, share, subscribe like always. And my name is Ray.
My name's Dustin.
And we'll catch you guys on
the flip side.
See y'all. God bless. Peace.